I get it. I remember I was filled with dreams and ambitions, but also a few awkward moments. I remember that all I wanted to was, if I could just make it out of school without tripping on a stage or accidentally saying something stupid or embarrassing, I'd be doing pretty well. But I tripped. I tripped many times, and I said many silly things many times. But each time I did, it taught me a lesson, which was speaking up. As girls, our society sometimes teaches us to be quiet, to wait our turn, to avoid taking up too much space. But leadership does not grow in silence. Speaking up does not mean being disrespectful. Recently I spoke up and I was told I was being disrespectful, but I was being honest. But I'm trying to learn how to cover things more respectfully. Being confident doesn't mean being arrogant. And having an opinion does not mean you are disobedient. It means that these girls are thinking. It means they are aware. It means they are growing. I remember in high school when I first spoke in public. Back then I wasn't, I looked different. I was bigger, I had spiky hair, and we used to have these inter-house competitions. And there was this one competition called verse speaking, where you go, where people do a poem and you recite the poem. Now the house that I was in, which was the blue house, which is called Mara, they were terrible at sports. We always last at anything, swimming, running, sports, we were terrible. But things like debate, verse speaking, we were good at it. So one day a teacher found me in the hallway before the bell rang. And she said, our house is in trouble, can you do a poem? I told her, yes, I'll do it, without thinking about it. Later when I thought about it, I was like, I know I'm going to find a way out of this. So they gave us poems to pick and choose. I saw the poems and I didn't like them, so I asked them, can I pick my own poem? And they allowed me to, and I picked a poem called Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. And the book I found magic in that book. So before the verse speaking competition, the English teacher would say, all those who are doing poems, come practice in front of class. And every time I practiced in front of the class, they would laugh at me mercilessly. See, I was a joker. They thought I liked to be in the space of the jokers. I thought being funny is what made me cool or made people like me. So they laughed at me, but I remember I didn't like that. So I went home and I practiced, and now when they were calling us to come practice in front of class, I used to refuse. I said, I know, I'll do it. The day came, I looked crazy. The school was giggling, people were giggling in their corners, and I said my poem, and the school went crazy. They clapped for me. It was something they didn't expect me to do. It was something I even myself didn't expect to do. But that day I won that competition, and I can never forget that day. I went on to other competitions, I won. But sometimes you find yourself like here I am today, and that story came to my mind, and I'm wondering, I'm a public speaker? I get scared talking in public. But I remember that day where I was pushed to try something I never wanted to do. And it turned out to be a skill set that people actually like these days. The other thing I wanted to talk about is being firm. I can't stress enough how important it is to teach them to stand their ground. There'll be moments when these girls feel pressure to fit in, to follow the crowd, or somebody wants to silence their opinion. But being firm also doesn't mean being rude. It's having the courage to express your beliefs with a confidence and respect. It's like, imagine you're carrying a tray full of cups. If you're unsure and you're wobbly, you're bound to spill something. But if you hold that tray with strength and confidence, you're not just carrying cups of tea. You're serving up your ideas, your passions, and your dreams. So I want to encourage them to stand tall and hold their tray steady. As our girls step into the next chapter of their lives, I'd like you to, as parents, to ask yourself, what kind of woman do I want my daughter to become? Do you want your daughter to be a kind person? Then you must show her kindness daily. Do you want her to be disciplined? Then teach them to practice self-discipline. Do you want her to lead? And start by leading yourself. Your daughters are watching you. They learn confidence when you listen to them. They learn courage when you trust them. They learn leadership when you allow them to express themselves. So parents, I'm not here to lecture you today because, as you may know, I am not a parent. I'm an auntie. And as an auntie, we love your children like our own, but saa moja na nusu ikifika, please come take them. So I won't lecture you. I just want to tell you something about what's going on with them right now. In this rapidly changing world, our girls are facing challenges we cannot even begin to comprehend. The future is filled with opportunities, yes, but also pressure. I want to highlight unique challenges they face today. Reflecting on our own youth, I know we can remember the pressures to fit in, the stress of academics, but how our daughters now confront additional challenges. Social media, my favorite, acts as a double-edged sword. It's fantastic at showing them the world, allowing them to dream beyond the fences of the school. They can see scientists, engineers, and programmers like them changing the world at their age, and it inspires them. Like my favorite guy, Julius Yego, who learned how to throw the javelin and break world records from YouTube. They too can learn something online. The internet can teach them, but it can also promote unrealistic standards, particularly self-image standards, which leads them to a lot of anxiety and insecurity. We must remind them that they are valuable as they are, and that much of what they see online is distorted. Another thing that they deal with is cyberbullying. The internet is anonymous, and an innocent interaction can turn into something that is very distressful. It's essential for us to create an environment where they feel safe and safe enough to talk to you about some of these things. Additionally, academic pressure is intense. I see people in the school are flying. I can't imagine at 16 flying a plane. But they're not only competing with people in Kenya, but students all over the world. They're no longer just restricted to this area in the pineapples here, where we are. They're now competing with the world. So we need to prepare them for that world and reassure them that it's okay to take breaks and prioritize their mental health. So please continue to encourage their ambition, support their curiosity, teach them that leadership is not only reserved for boys or old men. Remind them that they are capable and deserving. Thank you for nurturing these incredible young women. Remember, when a girl is supported at home, she's unstoppable in the world. And your encouragement will help them soar. Now, I heard there's some students here. Are they still here? I mean, you're either here or you're not. You can put up your hand if you're here. Are you a student? Since you're the only one admitting. Let me read for you that poem I told you that I did when I was in high school. I'm going to paraphrase it a bit. I read for you two paragraphs here. She says, "Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. They may shoot you with their words, they may cut you with their eyes, they may kill you with their hatefulness, but still like air, you'll rise. So take your time, be yourself. Don't try to fit into spaces that you don't know about. Try new things, be curious, ask, and don't do everything in the DMs. Don't do everything in secret. Reach out, and if they try to put you down, as long as you believe in yourself, you'll still rise. So thank you all so very much. Merry Christmas to everybody that's here. Thank you for having me here, Bwana Chairman, and Madam Headmistress. And thank you all so very much.